we're here with a very, very, very old game. Now, this game is one of my childhood fond memories. It's it's something that I look back to, and I remember very clearly and very cleanly. And that game is Maximum Carnage on the Super Nintendo. Now, when people talk about Spider-Man games in general, a lot of people my age who are gamers, or who probably wouldn't call themselves gamers but do invest a lot of time into gaming, or have gaming as a hobby. And a lot of the times when you mention Spider-Man and Spider-Man games, people will often go back to the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man game. I can't remember if it was called Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2, but that game was based on the Sam Rami, whatever the hell the guy's name is. But that Spider-Man game was based on his movies, and according to a lot of people who publish material, as you would say. Well, back when I had the original Xbox, when it newly came out, you only had magazines that you could read from, and they would all highly praise that Spider-Man game. And then you would have other people who were in the process of making another Spider-Man game, would then try to achieve what that game achieved. But when I think about Spider-Man games, the one game that stands out in my mind has to be this game. Now, the thing is this is a very simple Spider-Man beat 'em up game, but it's a very, very, very fun game to play. So, without taking too much time, let's just get into it, and I'll let this play out. So, as you may have realized, that this is a side-scrolling beat 'em up starring Spider-Man and Venom. Those are the two characters you can play. But there is a whole bunch of other Marvel characters within this game. And they do make an appearance here and there. Sometimes they assist you, sometimes it's just story. But excuse me. Spider-Man, basically, it's a very simple game. He has this web attack, and he can like, if you hold the B button down, it turns into a shield, and if you just quickly press it, he throws a spider web. He can also climb up walls, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so a very fun old school game this, but I have a lot of fun memories. I mean, the first time I played this game, I absolutely fell in love with it. From the way it looked, to the way it played, and most definitely to the way it sounded. Now the music in this, you've got to love it. And on top of everything else, this game definitely has that, it has that comic book feel to it. And it definitely has that comic book look to it as well, which makes it all the more appealing. And like I said, very simple game, but the way they've designed the characters, Spider-Man and Venom, and most of the other comic book characters, is pretty much spot on. Released in the EU on November 24th, 1994. Developed by Software Creations and published by Acclaim Entertainment. Now Acclaim has long since gone bust, but you could say, I mean, to me, Acclaim was a pretty good company. They used to publish some good games. And as you can tell, this game has aged really well, really well. I mean, even today it looks so good. I mean, you could almost probably get away with, turning this into an Xbox Live Arcade game. And pretty much, I know for a fact people would buy this game. People would play it, especially those people like me who have had, who've experienced this before, who played this in the past. Just for that bit of nostalgia, people will go ahead and buy this. So the cast, I'm actually I'm not really clued on too much about this, but I'm I'm reading this on Wikipedia. So according to Wikipedia, these girls are proper bitches. They whack you with the ponytails. I bet the feminists are not too happy about this. Spider-Man beating up girls. And if you ever want to see Spider-Man on the pull, here you go. That's Spider-Man pulling some birds for you. Double. That's Spider-Man's speciality. Where normal guys can only pull one bird, this guy does it to two of them at the same time. But yeah, I mean, after all these years, it's still a fun little game to play. So the cast that I was talking about, it's got Captain America, Black Cat, Iron Fist, Cloak and Dagger, Deathlock, Mobius, Firestar. Then there's Carnage, and Shriek, and Doppelganger, and Demogoblin, and Carrion, if I'm saying that correctly. So on this level, you've got to basically avoid. You've got to avoid the. What is he running for? Yeah, it's basically set in a pattern where they'll shoot this way and they'll shoot that way. And if the arrow is showing you that it's coming, say for example, it's coming from the left, and no matter how far left you go, it'll still get you. Yeah, you've got to time this correctly. And yeah, you just gotta. No. Yeah, there you go. Come on. That's it. Go on, Spidey. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, and the YouTube community also believes in you. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Come on, one more. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, that's Doppelganger. And that's it, yeah. So basically you get to the top and you have to fight Doppelganger, and I think it's Shriek. But she keeps throwing the lightnings, and you've got to take both of them on. And I never heard of Doppelganger before I played this game, and I've never really seen anything about it after this either. No, in any of the Spider-Man movies or any of the games, anything like that. But in my opinion, the game actually, it gets really fun to play once you get to play as Venom. In my opinion, the way they've designed Carnage, Venom, most of these Marvel characters in this game really kind of have the look and the feel of the actual characters designed in the comics. So if you're a comic book fan or anything like that, you will love this game, guaranteed. But yeah, it's definitely a fun game to play. And even after so long, it was, think about it, this game was, probably developed in 92, 93, or, development began in 92, 93, and then released in 94, maybe earlier than that. But, it's been quite some time. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the Venom stage, but yeah, you can kind of basically figure out, you get the gist of, what this game is about. It's not too much in depth, there's not much variety, it is what it is. This is a game from a simple time, when games were simple, they were designed in a simple manner, and played in a simple manner, and there wasn't really too much put into games. The only thing was that as long as the game was fun to play while you're playing it, that's all that basically mattered. And it's not like nowadays where you've got a game that is probably a first-person shooter, and just to appease a larger audience, they'll tack in a few driving sections, a few you know, maybe horse riding sections or something along those lines. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's not one of them. This is basically a game. It is what it is. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up in the fashion and in the style of games like Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. You know, those were the were the best-selling games of that era, and a lot of games, you know, would try and mimic the style or that, and they would try to make the games look and feel, you know, like that. But this game was a little bit different to me anyway. It felt different. It may look the same and it may play the same, but I mean, at the time it was something different. And normally, you know, when I would play these types of games, you know, I would probably get, you know, so far, and then I you know, you just couldn't be asked, you know, playing. So, you know, you just get rid of it, or you just wouldn't play it anymore. But with this one, I mean, I've never really actually completed it, but and that's it. Yeah, game over. Yeah, I've never really actually completed it, but now that I've got it, got it back, and now that I've got it in a different way, I can hopefully, maybe one day when I've got a bit of spare time, it'll probably take a few hours, but probably complete it then. But I mean, even after so long, I haven't actually completed this game, so it's something to do. And I just wanted to make a quick little video of this, you know, completely old school, you know, gem of a game. I absolutely love this game. I love the way it looks. I love the way it plays. It's got that retro feel to it, and I absolutely love the way it sounds. The music in this game has to be by far, well, not as good as, I wouldn't say it's better than, you know, the OST of Killer Instinct, or, you know, even games like Shaq Fu. You know, the OST in that game is still, you know, it kicks, it's banging. But for back then, it was absolutely, you know, it was absolutely crazy. But the OST of this game, you know, it fits right into the game. So this was Maximum Carnage for the Super Nintendo. Obviously, I'm not playing it on a Super Nintendo. I'm playing it on my modded Xbox 360. But if you decide to get a modded Xbox 360, you know, you could get this kind of things on it, depending on who you get it off and where you get it from. But most likely, you know, it'll already come with this. It's standard anyway. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. You know, if you didn't like it, again, let me know in the comment section. Set suggestions, recommendations, whatever, anything you know you want to say, hit me down in the comment section and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.